Good morning, students. Hope you are learning and enjoying virtual online learning sessions. What we have discussed in the last, a very introductory portion of this particular chapter, introduction to research and marketing research. In this session, we learn more in detail about the types of research design. I have already explained exploratory research design in the last session. We'll recall all this first. What is research design? It is just a master plan prepared in advance for conducting the research. There are three types of research design: exploratory, descriptive, and casual. Now, the little short explanation given here. What do you mean by exploratory? Which is totally dependent on exploring something, that is gaining ideas and insights deeply into the topic. Describing the state of affairs, that is determining the frequency with which something occurs according to the action on hand and a problem on hand. The descriptive research design is followed. Determining cause and effect relationship, that is casual research design, which is based on cause and effect relationship. Let's discuss these three in detail now. Exploratory research, as the name implies, intends merely to explore the research questions and does not intend to offer final and conclusive solutions to the existing problems. Students, this particular research design, which is based on exploring questions, because here the researcher himself or herself don't know what is the problem. So first of all, they need to define the problem into meaningful term. So they throw or explore the questions and they try to understand the problem in a meaningful terminology, but they cannot come to the conclusion or a solution of the problem. They are just understanding the problem, and so that these particular research design conducted in order to determine the nature of the problem rather than finding the better solution of the problem. So these research design only helps researcher to have a better understanding of the problem. For example, a juice bar owner wanted to increase the variety of juices to increase the customers, but he don't know exactly that what are the taste and flavor of the customer. So he collect more and more information regarding this. He explore possible alternatives, and so as he follow exploratory research to find out if expanding their juice selection will enable him to get more customers or not. First of all, he need to understand whether if he expands the selection and taste of various varieties of the juices, with this whether the customers are increased, satisfied or not. Then and then he go for finding out the more options related to the juice selection. If you look at exploratory research design, which is more characterized by flexibility, as these particular research design will not tend into certain concrete boundaries, because where the researcher should have to gain insight and develop hypothesis. Again, students, hypotheses are the predictive statements. The researcher needs to decide well in advance. So based on this particular research design, the researcher requires to be more flexible, because any kind of the ideas, thought that come into their mind, and that will lead them to understand the problem in a more detailed way. And so as it is more flexible, these does not follow a planned questionnaire or sampling, because flexibility will lead them to go in an unstructured way. So unstructured interviews are used for respondents to get the information, and that gives them great deal of freedom. And that's why these will based on literature surveys like educational practitioners, researchers, economics go for the literature, exploring new concepts, new definitions, new techniques through surveys or through case studies. And that's why these particular research design, which is purely and solely will not use for the research, it is only used as complementary to other research design, that is descriptive and casual, because this research design only explains the problem in a meaningful term. For example, an interview with an employee can give you more insight to find out the degree of job satisfaction. That means once you go for the interview, or a manager will take an interview of employees, he'll find out whether the employees are satisfied, with what degree the employees are satisfied or dissatisfied of the job. And these particular theory require in-depth analysis, because this kind of the interview will not go in a structured way. They'll start with a little bit question answers, and then according to the interviewee, that is employee's mindset, the manager asks a question in deep, and then he'll come to the conclusion that whether in which area the employees are satisfied or they are not satisfied. So exploring the things deeply, getting insight into it, finding the terms in a meaningful way, which is purely a exploratory research design. Next will be descriptive research design, students, which is typically concerning with describing the problem and its possible solutions. Here the problem is already on hand, the problem is already available. The researcher only have to describe that problem and their possible solutions. So it is more specific and purposive study, because ultimately you know what you want to do, where you want to go, how you need to do, why you are doing this. So the rigorous attempts are made for descriptive study, ultimately because the well-defined problem is already on hand, and it must be on hand, then and then the descriptive study can be undergone. This kind of the research that describes a population, situation or phenomenon that is being studied, because ultimately a concrete population whom you are going to study, who are the respondents, how you will conduct the study, these all will be decided in advance when this research design is prepared. And so it is focusing on answering the how, what, when and where question if a research problem, rather than why, because ultimately why, you already know what is a research problem, you are just describing that problem and you are finding the possible solutions of the problem. So the main difference between descriptive and exploratory here is, in exploratory even the problem cannot be known by the researcher. The researcher should just define the problem and make the clear understanding of it. Rather descriptive is more precise and clear, because problem is already known by the researcher, and so that these will rest on one or more hypotheses, because ultimately with one solution and one area one cannot describe the state of affairs, it requires so many predictive statements. So these will rest on one or more hypotheses. So for example, our brand is not much familiar, sales volume is stable, so it is more precise and specific because you know the problem, whereas exploratory, which is more flexible. So again, repeatedly students, descriptive research requires clear specification of who, why, what, when, where and how of the research, which is directed to answer the problems and its possible solutions. Now again, for example, if the sales volume is stable, why the sales volume is stable, where, that is in which area the sales is stable, what are the causes of the stable sales, and how, that is the effect of stable sales on other products or maybe on the organization in their profitability and sales. So when this kind of the questions required to be answered by the manager or the researcher, they need to follow the descriptive research design, so which is more scientific, systematically, that has been designed already. There are observing and describing the behavior of the subject, that is very much necessary, without influencing others, because when you are doing the descriptive research for one topic, that will not affect the other topic too. Descriptive research design at its own advantages and disadvantages, but ultimately describing a particular problem having a limited area, which is not having a wide scope, as like a exploratory study. Continue with the example to make more clarity about this particular research design. A researcher wants to determine the qualification of employed professionals in Bombay. Say for example, if researcher conduct the research to find out the qualifications of professionals who are working in a particular area in Bombay, then he go with the descriptive, because he know what he want to find out, and accordingly in that area only, in that particular sector only, he'll find out the responses from the respondents. An apparel brand that wants to understand the fashion purchasing trends among New York buyers will conduct a demographic survey of this particular region, gather population data, and then conduct descriptive research on the demographic segment. Demographic, that is population segment. If apparel brand want to conduct the survey of purchasing trends, at what will be the current fashion trend is going on in a particular city, New York, then if they go for this demographic study, population characteristics, age wise, gender wise, income wise, family size, family life cycle, accordingly these kind of the study, that what we have already learned in market segmentation and consumer behavior, these kind of the study, which is called as descriptive research study, and follow the descriptive research design. And the third one, that is a casual research design. The name itself suggests that deals with determining cause and effect relationship, that is કારણો અને તેની અસરો. So it is more known as experimental research design, which is based on impact of manipulation of independent variables on dependent variables. Two variables as required for this particular study, because it is cause and effect. એક વેરિયેબલની બીજા વેરિયેબલ ઉપર કેટલી અસરો થાય છે, પોઝિટિવ નેગેટિવ, કેટલી હદે અસરો થાય છે, આ સ્ટડી which is called as the casual research study. And for this, the research design which is followed is casual research design. For example, the independent variables like price, product, advertising and selling, and their effects on dependent variable like sales, volume, profit, or a brand image or brand loyalty. If organization changes prices, that is if they increase the price or decrease the price, accordingly it will affect on sales volume and profit. If the organization makes certain modifications into products, it will affect on sales volume or profit. So study this particular variables, effects of two variables, cause and effects. this kind of the research design which is followed. It is more practical value in resolving marketing problem. Here students, this kind of the research design which is quantitative research design rather than in exploratory descriptive. Exploratory is purely qualitative research design. Descriptive is both qualitative and quantitative, whereas casual is a quantitative research which has more practical value in resolving marketing problems. We can set and test hypotheses by conducting experiments of two variables. These studies focuses on an analysis of a situation or a specific problem to explain the pattern of relationship between variables. What will be the relationship? If you have already understood in terms of economics that if there are two variables like price and demand, what is the relationship between price and demand? Positive relationship, negative relationship, inverse relationship. Fine. So that what you learn in elasticity of demand in economics. On the same, that is you need to relate here. Like descriptive research, these form of research attempts to prove an idea put forward by an individual or organizations. They need to prove an idea that if I am telling that 5% increase in price will lead to the 5% decrease in demand, whatever I am telling it's true or not, I need to prove it, and so that I need to follow this kind of the research. It significantly differ on both its methods and purposes, because descriptive research is having a broad scope and these will batterly define any opinion or attitude or behavior held by a particular group, whereas casual research will have only two objectives, only two variables and their relationship, and so that these cause and effect relationship between two variables can only be confirmed if their evidence exists or evidence support the relationship between two variables. Test marketing, just recall students new product development process of SEM 4 and SEM 3. 8 steps, 7 step will be the test marketing, and in the test marketing company launch the new product on a very small scale, on a very focused or specific group of customers, and they go with the experiential, that is experimental marketing. Fine. And they'll make change of price, product, promotional efforts and do manipulations accordingly, and they'll note down that these manipulations will affect on sales, profit or brand loyalty of the company or not. And finally, by recording and by the particular study, by this test marketing, they launch the product with the 8-step commercialization on a full scale, on a mass production, on a mass market. Fine. So this kind of the study will help the company in taking future decisions in relation to find out the impact of one variable on the other. Examples of the casual research design: to test the market for a new product by collecting data about its sales potential. Check the performance or effectiveness of a new advertising campaign. When the company is going for the new advertising, they'll check whether this campaign will continue, will run, will give you the benefits, will increase the sales or not. To measure the improvement in the performance of employees after providing them training on a new skill. The company will measure that if we have provided the training to the employees, whether the productivity of the employees increased or not. So they go for this study. To examine the effects of rebranding initiative based on the level of loyalty of the customers. If the customers are low and the company will go for rebranding, find change in branding, these will rather increase the loyalty or decrease the loyalty of the customers, on what it will affect on the customer loyalty. So these kind of the studies, whenever it is conducted by the researcher, they follow the casual research design, which is dependent on two variables and which is known as cause and effect relationship. Let's look at this particular chart showing the types of research and types of research design on a larger scale. There are major two types of research: qualitative and quantitative. Exploratory, which is a more qualitative research and which is based on content analysis, which is historical too, which is ethnographic, narrative, phenomenological, grounded theory, or based on case study. When you talk about descriptive research design, which is both qualitative as well as quantitative, which is action oriented or describing state of affairs, why, what, where, when, how, by the research practitioners, which is also based on survey too of demographic population, or which is also on a single subject problem on hand or a particular topic. But when you talk about a casual research design, which is quantitative in nature, which is experimental or a quasi-experimental, depends on two variables, or a casual comparative comparison between two variables, or knowing the correlation between two variables, which is a quantitative type of research. Fine. So here what we have discussed is the type of research methodologies. Mainly two types of research: qualitative research, quantitative research. Three types of research design: exploratory research design, which is exploring something, get deep insight into something, describing the problems in a meaningful terms. Second, descriptive study, which is action oriented, is based on what has happened, why it has happened, where it has happened, and how. Casual research design, which is dependent on quantitative research, called as quantitative research, and dependent on two variables, the impact of independent variable on the dependent variable. That it's for the research design, the first topic, students, today. Next week we'll continue with the next topic of this particular chapter. Till then, good luck with this nice quote.